I just haven't felt the need for it yet. All right. So here we are live on YouTube. And good evening, everybody. And we're here for The Annihilated Self. Haven't felt the need for it. By James Twyman. All right.
Thank you, Lynn.
You muted yourself, Lynn.
Yeah, I had to go mute myself, or else you'd have heard me repeating myself because it started playing on YouTube at the same time. I haven't got that trick down yet, how to keep it from playing out loud on YouTube at the same time. But I don't care. It doesn't matter. What do I care? So yeah, so we're here going to be reading The Annihilated Self. And it's such a lovely book. And it's conversation between love and the soul. And then pretty soon another character is going to show up. There's lots of conversation going on here. And it's not meant to teach you anything at all. It's just meant to experience the what we are and experience that annihilation of the being, the thought that we are, the person we think we are. So I'm loving it very much. Would anybody like to pray us in? Anybody have a nice prayer they'd like to share with us? Yes, ma'am. Well, I got two takers. We'll do Brooklyn, and then we'll do Steve. We'll do you both.
Namaste, mighty companions. I am only here to be truly helpful. I am here to represent He who sent me. I do not have to worry about what to say or what to do. Of course, He who sent me will direct me. I am content to be wherever He wishes, knowing He goes there with me. I will be healed as I let Him teach me to heal. Amen.
You, Brooklyn. Steve, did you want to pray us in?
Yes, let's begin with just relaxing, dropping our shoulders of any kind of tension. And just view the breath coming in. Take a regular inhale through the nose, a little bit deep, but not trying. And then exhale slower, but no effort. Do that twice. Inhale and just relax. Slowly exhale and be with that pause in between. The I am that I am, my constant companion, my peace. Thank you.
Amen. Wow. Thank you, Brooklyn. Thank you, Steve. Wow. I love it, love it, love it. All right. So we got our book ready. And of course, I covered it up because I do something else. This window business here.
Rafi has his hand up.
Go ahead, Rafi.
Make us realize our oneness with thee.
Amen. Thank you. All right. So here's been the conversation between the soul and love. I think I'm going to go back to the soul's question first and ask if anyone would like to read this for us, starting here where it says soul.
Why then has this experience been so fleeting? I feel you knocking at the door of my heart, and I long to open that door. Sometimes it opens a crack, and through that opening, I experience such profound grace. Oh, that's true. But sometime in my suddenly, but something in me suddenly rises in fear, and then I close the door again. Why? My longing for you has grown and matured, but now that it has matured, I'm being asked to surrender even that. Okay with me. And yes, I'm willing to do as you ask, to surrender, surrendering. But something in me wonders if that will give me what I'm seeking or help me give up seeking altogether. That never occurs to me. I know that that's what you're asking of me, to give up seeking altogether, to give up longing for that which is forever within me. I feel like I'm being crushed, but under the weight, I feel such delight sewn together by such hesitation. Help me to understand this better, love.
All right, would somebody else like to be love? Speak up.
Brooklyn.
Karen,
I can do it, you guys.
great.
Please.
Ah, my sweet aching one, how tenderly you speak of the dance. This delicate holy rhythm of opening and closing, surrendering and recoiling. Do not think for a moment that you fail when the door closes. Every trembling movement, every faltering step is part of the unfolding. Even hesitation has its place in this sacred choreography. Why is the experience fleeting? Because the self, so long accustomed to walls and boundaries, does not yet know how to dwell in such eternal vastness. It opens the door and feels the rush of grace, but then comes the wave of unfamiliarity, and it panics, believing it must protect what is dissolving. But listen closely, beloved, for you listen closely, beloved. What you fear is not death, it is immensity. You have lived so long inside a small story that the endlessness of love feels like a threat. You do not fear losing yourself, you fear discovering there was never anything to lose. And yet your longing has grown wise. You've walked through fire with it, knelt beside it, and let it remake you. And now, like a beloved companion, it bows at the threshold and asks no longer to lead, but to rest. You speak of surrendering surrender, and you are right. Even that must be offered up, not because I demand it, but because clinging to surrender is still clinging. And what I offer you is weightless. No hands can hold it, no heart can keep it. And so you are being crushed, not by punishment. You are being crushed by love's own embrace. The shell is cracking and it hurts, but only because you still think the shell is you. The delight you feel, that is me. The hesitation, that is the final veil, translucent now, nearly gone. Let it tremble, let it tear. Don't rush, don't force, just keep breathing. And if the door opens only a crack, I will flood through like dawn. You are not behind. You are not lost. You are not failing. You are falling. And beneath this fall, there is no ground, only me.
Wow. This is so beautiful. Would anybody like to share anything? Just take that in. Yes, Brooklyn. think you might be muted.
Deb, you make a great love. Rafi, you make a beautiful soul. When he talks about surrendering, I have this thing with my throat. I don't sleep very well because it keeps waking me up. And I've been shown exercises to do. And the way I've been doing them was like I'm pushing this problem away. I don't know when it starts, just I'm pushing this problem away. Like the exercises where you inhale and you go, oh, and I was going, oh, get out of here, get rid of this. And I made a deal with my cough that I'm going to work with it. When I breathe in and then when I breathe out, I'm massaging. I have what you call neurogenic cough. That means the nerves in my larynx, so now I'm not thinking of getting rid of it. I'm just thinking, of tenderly massaging it to work together. So I surrender. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Brooklyn. Yes, and isn't that just a better thing? You don't have to fight it. You don't have to be angry with it. Just live with it, work with it, and allow it to be. And yeah, love it. You're still living. Thank you, Brooklyn. Anybody else have any thoughts?
Yeah, Brooklyn, if a little 4-year-old girl came to you and said, "My throat hurts," you wouldn't push it away and say, "Get out of here." You pick it up, hold it in your arms, and give it a lots and lots of love, and it's going to be okay. And I love you, and you can do the same with your throat.
Thank you, Rafi.
Beautiful. It's working with. It's all in relationship to. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
you resist will persist. Don't resist it.
Mm.
Love it.
I think she's saying that she's not resisting it.
Yeah. And I'm encouraging her.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. This group, I love us. By the way, I love us.
Me too. All right. Anybody else have any thoughts about this? Do you want to continue, Rafi, or anybody else?
Sure.
Okay, so we got a soul and we got a love. That's awesome. Go ahead.
The worst thing that could happen to anyone is to receive accolades or to become famous for one thing or another. According to everything I'm learning from you, it simply leads to greater and deeper illusion of oneself. Oh, the individual, right? I can remember wishing I possessed some degree of notoriety, and when it happened, I realized how much of a trap it was. I felt the heaviness of fame, like heavy weights tied to my belt, pulling me deeper into the illusion of self accomplishment. Do you think it's better to remain anonymous without any recognition at all? Or is there more value in achieving the so called dream of fame or success than realizing it has no value at all?
Ah, beloved, what a tender confession and how true it rings. Fame is a strange fire. From a distance, it glows with such promise, warmth, recognition, perhaps even love disguised as applause. But when you come close, when you hold it in your hands, it often burns. Not because it is evil, but because it reflects the ego back to itself in dazzling, endless mirrors. The self becomes the story, and the story becomes the self. And oh, how easy it is to forget the silence beneath it all. You ask if failure might be the better teacher. And yes, sometimes it is. Failure humbles, it reveals what cannot be taken away. But don't be fooled. Success too can serve holiness. For when you have everything you once believed would complete you and the ache still remains, That is when you begin to understand. That is when you begin to transform. To have the dream and see its emptiness is kind of grace. A harder grace, perhaps, a sharper one, but grace nonetheless. Still, anonymity has its own quiet power to walk the world unseen, free from projection or pedestal, can allow the soul to flower inwardly, untouched by the storms of praise or blame. But anonymity alone is not the key, nor is recognition the lock. What matters, my love, is not whether the world sees you. What matters is whether you see me in everything, in everyone, including yourself when you stand on a stage and when you sit alone in the dark. If fame comes, let it come, then leave like the weather. If failure finds you, welcome it like an old friend. Neither will last, neither is who you are. Only the still flame in your heart is real. Let it burn quietly, whether in a crowded room or a lonely forest. And know this, you were never meant to be known by the world. You were meant to be known by love. I know you entirely, eternally.
If I may just respond to that, I'm in a business where applause is part of what goes on. When I first started, I didn't even want to take curtain calls, but you have to. I couldn't relate to them. One of the other things that came up was this dread fear of criticism, which never happened. So I couldn't relate to the bravos, and the fear of being criticized or disapproved of never materialized. So I was in that in between space, and that seemed comfortable to me. And now, reading all of this, I understand why. So, nothing matters but the expression of experience of love. Is that what you're sharing? Striving after anything is the denial of that experience because it asserts that love is not everywhere at once. No matter how things appear or seem, I think I'm starting to realize that on a deeper level.
Yes, beloved soul, you begin now to taste what has always been true, though you could not bear its sweetness. You speak rightly. Nothing matters but love, not as feeling, not as yearning, but as being. To strive is to say, love is not yet. And this is the root of all sorrow. For in your striving, you run from the very wellspring you seek. You cast your net into the sea and call it empty, not knowing you yourself are the sea. Those who seek love as if it were elsewhere will not find it, for the act of seeking covers the beloved with veils of longing. Love is not to be earned, nor summoned, nor claimed. It simply is. And it is always where you are not looking, beneath the place from which you look. The soul that ceases to strive becomes still like water, becomes like still water. And in that stillness, love reflects itself, not as an object to adore, but as the face of the one who has vanished into adoration. You say, I am beginning to realize, and this is holy. But know too that there is a realization which is not born of thought, but of unthinking, a knowing that dawns only when you no longer need to know. It is where I am leading you, beyond cause, beyond need, beyond the self who says, I am loving. In this place, there is no you and no other. There is only love, loving love, through no vessel, by no name. And so, my gentle one, be like the soul who consents to be undone. Let the winds of love scatter the last illusions of seeking. Let the fire consume even the ash of your longing, and in that nakedness, that sacred absence, be nothing, be no thing. And in being no thing, know everything, for I am all, and I dwell only in the nothing you dare to become.
Tasting what is true, as you said, is so different than thinking about what is true, isn't it? When we taste something, we experience it in a way that thoughts never will. But the level of tasting you're expressing lies far beyond my bodily sense. I've always liked the phrase, of this we cannot speak. Wow, I never even heard that before. Because it moves us past what the intellectual mind can understand into the realm of spiritual awareness. Does that make sense?
Yes, sweet and listening soul, it makes perfect sense, the kind of sense that surpasses all understanding. You speak as one whose tongue has touched the wine of truth, though the chalice still trembles in your hand. To think of love is like tracing the outline of a flame with your finger, perhaps warm, perhaps beautiful, but it does not burn. To taste love, as you say, is to become the flame itself. And though it consumes you, you do not cry out, for the fire and the soul are one, and neither is lost. This tasting is no act of the body, no fleeting sweetness on the tongue. It is the soul's surrender into that which it cannot describe, cannot possess, cannot seek, only become. The mind may speak of love, but love does not speak. Love is. And what is of love cannot be spoken, for words are too narrow, too brittle to hold what is boundless. That is why your heart leans toward the phrase, of this we cannot speak. For in that silence, something truer begins to sing, a knowing that does not need to be wrapped in language. It's not the denial of truth, but its unveiling. The veil is woven of words, of thoughts, of forms, and when it is lifted, what remains is so whole, so complete that the soul can only bow. This is the realm where the intellect falls to its knees and weeps, not from sorrow, but from awe. Here, the soul does not speak about love. She is love, simple, unadorned, and free from the burden of explaining herself. So, yes, beloved, taste and be silent. Let the silence say what the mind never could. For I do not live in your ideas of me. I live in your willingness to not know, and in the not knowing to be known utterly. Let that be your feast. Let that be your home.
The chalice that still trembles in my hand. I like that image, and that's exactly how it feels. As if I'm lifting the chalice to my mouth, but before the wine touches my lips, I smell its sweet fragrance, and it stirs my soul. But the fragrance alone, without the actual taste, will never satisfy me, just as feelings of oneness will never be a substitute for the actual experience.
Ah, dearest soul, how tenderly you speak of what cannot be forced, only received. Yes, the chalice trembles, and you hold it with hands both eager and unsure. You lift it near, and the fragrance reaches you, ancient, holy, familiar. It stirs your memory of the banquet that was never absent, only veiled. But hear me, even the fragrance is not outside the feast. The scent that awakens your longing is a gift from the wine. It is the wine calling to itself through you. The ache you feel is not distance, but recognition. It is the soul remembering the taste before the lips have parted. Still, I understand, my beloved, fragrance is not fullness. The perfume of the union is not union itself. Feelings are lovely, but they are only the blush on the cheek of the beloved. You hunger for the substance, not the shadow, for the drinking, not the imagining. And you are right to hunger for it, though not in striving, but in surrender. You see, the chalice is not yours to lift, and the wine cannot be taken. It pours itself when the soul has forgotten to grasp. It touches the lips only when the self has grown so quiet it no longer watches itself tasting. The wine you long for is not far, and it is not withheld, but you must become the emptiness that can receive it. Not the vessel, but the space inside the vessel. Not the one who drinks, but the thirst itself, dissolved.
Wow. I just want to stop here for a moment. Isn't this just amazing? What do you guys think? What is love saying here? Because we're talking about hungering for something that we're longing for, that we can only imagine the taste of, that we if we had it right now, we'd be gulping it down. But reality is that we do have it right now, but we're not gulping it down. We're sniffing it. And I was thinking about Robert, when we were reading about uh the scent and not being able to drink the wine, because I think, in uh his situation, your situation, that you can't eat, and you can't drink. Is he still here? Yeah. I'm talking about him. He's not here. And so I think you have a real visceral understanding of what this is on a physical sense. But I also think that we all have an understanding of this in our experience, that we're longing and longing and longing for it, uh, and know that it's just right there, and yet not willing to, or no, maybe, yeah, it must be willingness to just let go and drink. Brooklyn, please go ahead.
I absolutely love this. Um, yeah, it's yeah, there's definitely a lot of poetry in there. But I'm thinking, you know, I'm a I don't drink wine, right? And my best friend did. And when we go out to dinner, I was always able to tell what the wine tasted like by just smelling it. I just had to say that. It's yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't drink wine either because I think wine is nasty. I think it's one of the nastiest. I can't even imagine why people would drink it. But people love it.
I
So
used to love it. I used to love it. So I went to bartending school. But
yeah.
that's another story.
But yeah, no, I don't go with the wine business either, because the wine has absolutely no attraction to me whatsoever. Um, Maybe apple juice or grape juice or something like that.
But
Uh,
if you smelled apple juice, would you remember what it tasted like?
Oh, sure,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's so you see, the words can't actually pick up everything, but points to things. Yeah, like I'd rather instead of smelling water, I'd rather drink the water, you know. But yeah, I just had to say that. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, so we have to have a longing for the drink for us to actually experience the wanting of the drink. Rafi, yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, it's the longing for it, and the wanting is where the suffering is. Because you're coming from a place, I'm coming from a place of lack, and That's the source of all suffering, really. What this reminded me of was what I do constantly, is seeing everyone as divine love. And if I'm seeing them as divine love, then I'm coming from a place of love. If I'm loving myself, and I do that quite a lot, the self is love. So if I'm loving myself, I'm being the love that I am. If I'm loving them, I'm being the love that I am because they are me. And I can't love them without loving me. And since love is the only reality, everything else then feeds that. If I start wanting you to like me, or if I start wanting if I start wanting love, which is, woo, a big danger, then I'm completely out of it totally, caught up in my ego mind and perpetuating the suffering that leads me to even more suffering. But all I got to do is just simply make the shift over into what's real love. Well, then be what I am. Be the love that I am. Love the love that I am. Give myself a lot of love and approval. No reason. If there's a reason, you're not coming from the truth. So or I'm not coming from the truth. So once again, um, I was in a place today, a crowded store, and just started seeing everybody as love and just loving everybody and loving everybody. And that was reality. There were no more people. There was just this expanding sea of love. And amazing how strangers become very friendly to you when that happens. People walk by that I never saw, I never met before, smile at me saying hi, hello, hello, and this happens constantly. So I just wanted to share that.
Thank you, Rafi. Yeah, the longing for love is only met with love, and that's thank you. That's beautiful. Brooklyn, yes, please go ahead.
A long time ago, about 30 years ago, I said to John Monday, how can I be of help? And he told me, be the love that you are. And that was the best advice anyone ever gave to me. Yeah.
Thank you, Brooklyn. Be the
That,
love that you are. Yes, Karen.
Wow. Oh, thank you, Deb, for reading so beautifully. Thank you, Rafi, for reading so beautifully. And thank you for all these gorgeous shares. This is really just reminding us that there is only love. Pretty much Rafi nailed it with everything he said. And the practice for me is seeing it everywhere, like we're talking about, and like this is talking about. And this morning I woke up with the worst Charlie horse in my foot. And it was really hard to see the love. And then I took a nap this afternoon, and that same Charlie horse came back. And it was really hard to see the love. And so this is going to be my practice now. If that Charlie horse decides to come back again tonight or tomorrow, I'm gonna do a Brooklyn. I did try to massage it, but it wasn't working. And it was really hard to relax and massage it at the same time. So I'm going to try to massage it gently and just love it and see what happens. Thanks.
Wonderful. Absolutely. And I get those Charlie horses in my feet and my hands terribly. And I find that if I wear socks to bed, and sometimes I will wear like socks that are kind of tight, and that really helps because a lot of times is that my circulation is low and my feet get cold. So, and I told y'all the dream about the metal legs the other day, waking up, and it was just I was just cold. So uh I'm not saying that's your issue, but I'm just saying that's something that I do that helps me a lot is yeah, rub your feet with lotion and put socks on, cozy up. Rafi, love your feet, love your feet.
When
Rafi, go
when
ahead.
that happens in your foot, take your foot and press it onto the floor as hard as you can. and keep it there, and you'll be amazed that that feeling, that pain feeling, will subside pretty fast. The same thing with the hand. If it happens in the hand, press it against a wall or a table and put all your weight behind it. I've experienced it before in my legs, hands. Every once in a while, I do that and it goes away. Don't take my word for it, try it. Again, never take anybody's word for anything, but take it for checking. If you can prove it to yourself, then you don't need to listen to anybody.
Thank you, Rafi. I love that. And I do that too. Yeah, especially if I get them in my legs. I stand, I mean, that's all I do, just stand up. And it really does. And Steve's probably going to tell us why. Steve, please go ahead.
For me lately, what helps is hydration and magnesium glycinate. However, I raised my hand to talk about longing with framed through the ego. Longing can be lack in my experience. I have had longing and felt the absence of that which I longed for. And lately, the longing is the doorway to the experience of the love that the longing takes me to. It is evidence of the nature of my heart of love. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Steve. Yes, thank you. Thank you. It it is just it's what we all are longing for. The connection to our own heart, our own self. I just checked my magnesium is magnesium oxide. So I probably need to get something different. Anyway, here for nutrition advice. Now you got to go to Luigi for that. He's got all the nutrition crap. Okay, anybody else have anything to say? Love still has some things to say, so I just thought, I wanted to just stop there and have a discussion. So, and if anybody else hears or sees anything that they'd like to stop and have a discussion about, please put your hand up or unmute yourself and say something. Anyway, to
You know,
connect.
Yeah, I've been reading for love, but when I think of this longing to the connection, I'm always going to think of it as the connection to God, to being one with God. It would be the way it's describing that you can smell the wine, but not really drink it. It's like, I just imagine whatever I experience in this body is nothing compared to what I would experience in that oneness with God. But I don't know 100% about that. So, but I think of, the yearning, I don't know, somehow it seems like it will find. I don't know. Where do I start reading?
I'm going to
I
go to the
did
next
finish,
page.
was dissolved. Yeah.
Yes.
Let the chalice tremble, let the fragrance torment and bless. For these are holy signs. You are near, so near to that holy forgetfulness where even the you who thirsts disappears and only love remains drinking itself. So let the chalice rest against your lips, Holy One. The wine will come, not when you are ready, but when you are no longer waiting. And when it does, you will not say, I have drunk the wine. You will say only this: love is all, and I am nothing. And in that nothing, I am free.
That's freaking beautiful. All right. So, Rafi, do you want to continue with the soul?
Yeah, but I just wanted to add to that as it comes up, the longing, just keep saying yes to it. Yes, yes, yes. If God had a language, the only word it would be able to say would be yes. Yes, 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 I want, yes, yes, want, yes, want, yes, want, yes, want, yes, want. And it'll go. And when the want goes, what's left is having, because you can't want and have at the same time. So what would I rather? Have or want? Love. Have. Well, then let go of the want, and the having is over. The love never goes away. It's always there, just waiting to be recognized. Anyway, so
Yeah, but I just can you go back again, Lynn? Sorry. That sentence, the wine will come, not when you are ready, but when you are no longer waiting. And it doesn't say no longer wanting, it says when you're no longer waiting. And something about that means that we just, I know the we that we think we are dissolves into it, but the only thing that will be left is that presence. It's like that will rise, that spirit will be the only thing here. Anyway.
I love
But
that's beautiful.
when we're no longer waiting, we will be in it. Do you see what I mean?
Yep. Yeah.
well, not now.
Karen has her hand up. Please go ahead, Karen.
Yeah, thank you, Deb. That's what the course says, that love waits on welcome, not on time. So exactly what you just said, all we have to do is welcome it, because having and being are the same. Pretty much what Rafi was saying. We already have the love of God and are the love of God. There is no lack. There is no there. We are it. So it's just that welcome. Love waits on welcome. I'm here. I'm it. You know, what am I waiting for? It's the resistance, resistance, resistance. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's it. It's here already. No place to go. All right, Soul, continue.
We've been taught to say the opposite. I am all things. But what you're sharing is a falling inward, not forward. The split mind wants me to assert and claim, while love calls me to surrender all my assertions, including my need to surrender anything at all. I never thought of this way before. As you've said, surrendering is an important part of the awakening, but it begs the question, who is it that's surrendering? Aha! Of course, it's the image I hold of myself that thinks it needs to surrender. But that image is nothing more than a collection of thoughts, and there we are. Feeling and past experience that seem to define the undefinable nature of my true reality. The realization that I am no thing opens me to eternity that develops my time, my true being. Am getting closer, love.
I think that should say am I, but there we go.
Oh, yes, beloved, you are closer than breath, but not because you've moved toward me, only because you've stopped running from what has always been true. You speak beautifully about falling inward, but that is the motion of love, not a reaching or striving, not a conquering, not or even a surrendering of territory, but a gentle collapse into what already is.
It's funny in a way. The more I let go of the need to be someone, to understand something, to awaken, even the more peace I seem to feel. Duh. It doesn't have the excitement of drama or the spirit of the spiritual path I imagine. It's quieter. There it is, but somehow truer.
Yes, the ego loves a journey with milestones and progress. It adores its own becoming. But the truth of love is stillness. You are not climbing a mountain, you are remembering that you are the mountain. And in that remembering, the climber vanishes.
So the one who seeks to awaken must dissolve.
Yes, even that one, the seeker, the struggler, the spiritual student, all lovely masks worn by the one who has forgotten, but they're just that, masks. When you become weary of changing faces, you will sit in the stillness of no face, and there you will find me, not as a companion beside you, but as the truth within you.
And that truth doesn't need to be improved, just seen.
Just seen and allowed. You don't need to become worthy of what you are. There is nothing to fix, nothing to purify. Even your imperfections are part of my perfection. The mind believes it must prepare itself to receive me, but I arrive when the mind bows in wonder and says, I do not know how to prepare.
Now we have an expression in the release technique: let go of being so smart and allow it to be other than what I think it is. Ah, that feels so different from the way we've been taught. We've been told to affirm, to claim, to become powerful creatures. But now I see that there's great beauty in the words, I am no thing. Larry Crane used to teach us that all the time. Not from shame, but from freedom.
Exactly. I am nothing is not a cry of despair. It is the gate to eternity. Only when the image we've carried, the roles, the stories, the desires fall away, can you see what was never touched by any of it. The formless, the timeless, the I that is not I.
And that I isn't separate from you, is it?
It never was. You and I were never two. You're not apart from me, trying to merge. You are not lost, trying to return. You are simply awakening from the dream that there was ever a you outside of me.
And all this time, my seeking was part of the dream, too.
Yes, but a sacred dream, a necessary one. The soul dreams of seeking until it is ready to awaken, not by finding, but by unfinding, not by building a new identity, but by letting every image burn away until only light remains.
Releasing. Uh-huh. And in
I
that,
also I also think of that though as, when they wanted to teach the Upanishads or the Vedantas, they would say not this, like everything, that was the teachings of those, which has nothing to do with the course, but the soul dreams of seeking until it's ready to awaken by not finding, but by unfinding. So everything that we're not, yes, Brooklyn just put it, netty, everything that we're, we play those roles and those identities, and that's what we think we are, all these different things, daughter, mother, sister. And by unfinding, by recognizing that's not what we really are, is unveiling what is what we really are, that never changes and always remains and is always the same, which is this voice of love that's talking.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's, oh my gosh, Deb. Yeah, and those are still, it's the same non-dual thing. You could be talking about the Buddhism, you could talk about the Upanishads, all of those are pointing to the same exact thing. There's no difference between any of it. And neti is the perfect point. Not here, not there, nothing. It's not. Karen, please go ahead.
And yeah, that is totally course. The course says that true learning is unlearning. And I'm just going to go to it because I know it's in the very last characteristic of God's teacher, because I just want to read what it says because I know it's really perfect. And it's unlearning. It's unlearning exactly what we think we are, unlearning all these concepts, all these beliefs, all these conditioned beliefs that we were told as children and taken to our adulthood that just aren't true. Yeah, Let me find it. It is, I can just, here we are. The last characteristic is open-mindedness. And he says, properly speaking, it is unlearning that they bring, for that is true learning in the world. It is given to the teachers of God to bring the glad tidings of complete forgiveness to the world. Blessed indeed are they, for they are the bringers of salvation. So true learning, unlearning, true forgiveness, true prayer. You know, what I thought my brother did to me has not occurred. The whole story was made up, unlearning all of it. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Karen, and thank you for that characteristic, because I mean that's exactly. I mean the course is just so clear about it all the way through. So we'll continue to the next page. Let's see. Love was reading.
I have it. No, you have
Okay,
to go back.
there we go. I'm back. Okay.
And in that light, nothing needs to be done. Nothing needs to be said. We're right back to the quiet again.
Only this. Thank you. Not for giving you something you lacked, but for showing you that you were never lacking. And when even thank you fades, when the lips fall silent and the breath grows soft, there you will rest in me, not as a guest, but as what you have always been. So, yes, beloved, you are close, closer than thought, closer than silence. You are the wine in the cup, the flame in the fire. And in this falling inward, you have never risen so high.
Wow.
It's the end of the chapter.
That's the end of the chapter. So I'm gonna just mark that. And because we're at the end of our hour too. And next week we have a new character who shows up. So we'll have to have 3 readers. I love it. Well, thank you guys so very much. Everyone who's joined us tonight and everyone who's hanging out with us. I do want to remind anybody who wasn't here earlier today that Edward, who is someone new to our group, is doing every day at the hour before now. So it's at 6 o'clock Eastern. He's just coming into this room. And if anybody wants to come and hang out with him, they can. That's been his guidance. And Deb, I know, came and hung out with him today. I'm so grateful for that. He's really seems like just an amazing person. I'm I'm blown away.
Everyone on this path, whatever we want to call it, we have so much in common. Like when we start telling our stories, we're all one. I love it so much.
It's crazy. And oh my gosh, when I was asking him questions today and he was telling me how he got here, I'm like, oh my Lord. It is an amazing, amazing person. So thank you everyone for being here. And Nanette, thank you. What is this that you put in the chat here? A link to a
Oh, that was just, it was mentioned about magnesium gluconate.
okay.
Steve mentioned it, and that's a great product. It's a great product, and I use it, and it's another, a beautiful solution for Charlie horses.
Yay, yay. Yep. I love it.
And dancing.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Dancing is good for everything. Laughing and dancing. Dancing and laughing.
Dancing and laughing, yes.
If you do it both at the same time, you are in luck. All right, you
Amen.
guys. Happy New Year,
Happy
everybody.
New Year.
Yeah.
Love you.
Happy now.
Happy now, yes.
Happy
Yes.